Hello, my name is Lidia Bañuelos and I'm going to make this educative tutorial about teaching reading. First of all, I'm going to give you some theoretical information of the reading and then I'm going to explain you the class I designed about reading. Okay, let's start. Did you know that we read for two reasons? For pleasure and for information. There are a lot of text types we're exposed to, like novels, tales, plays, poems, magazines and newspapers, pamphlets, text, guides, catalogs, advertisements, recipes, manuals or instructions, comics or cartoons, statistics or graphics, directions and yellow pages, maps and diagrams, and dictionaries, for example. Main principles of teaching reading. Let me tell you that reading is a receptive language activity, and there are many reasons why getting students to read English text is an important part of the teacher's job. Let's see. Number one, encourage students to read as often as much as possible. Number two, students need to be engaged with what they are reading. And I'm going to talk about authenticity, okay? Authenticity is how the reader responds to the text. If the reader is allowed to respond as they would in the real life, like by expressing shock, by expressing horror, by expressing joy. So we are talking about an authentic response. Number three, encourage students to respond to the content of a text. Learners are asked to answer questions after reading text. These are some types of questions: WH question, polar questions, truth assessment, and multiple choice. We can use the top-down and bottom-up approach. Top-down processing has to do with how you use your background knowledge of the word known as a schema to comprehend a text. And bottom-up processing involves the decoding of passage step by step from small textual elements like words and phrases. Number four, prediction is a major factor in reading. Book covers give us a clue about what is in the book. Photographs and headlines hint at the articles are about. We can identify actions and situations in images from their appearance before we read a single word. The moment we get these clues, our brain starts predicting what we're going to read. Number five, match the task to the topic when using intensive reading text. Remember, the most commonplace passage can be made really exciting with imaginative and challenging adjectives. Activities. Some of the activities we use in reading are extracting ideas or skimming, reading for specific information like scanning, understanding text organization, predicting, checking comprehension, inferring, linking ideas, evaluating the text, reacting to the text, and writing summaries. Number six, good teachers exploit reading text to the full. Remember, good teachers integrate their reading text into interesting lesson sequences using the topic for discussion and further tasks, using the language for study and then activation, and using a range of activities to bring the text to life. Now let me explain you the reading class. Let's take a look. First of all, let me tell you the first stages in the reading comprehension process. Pre-reading activities, reading activities or responding and exploring, post-reading activities like playing, and meaningful intake. The objective of this class is, for example, recognizing the parts of the body. It's for first graders because I'm a teacher for elementary grades. Before to reading and before the pre-reading activities warm up, we're going to make a review about the colors, and we're going to play a colors game. Say a color and ask the students to touch something of that color in the classroom. Touch blue and demonstrate the game by touching something blue and tell the students to repeat the action with other objects in the classroom. For pre-reading activities, ask students to see the images in the reading and tell them to identify the objects that they know. Example, is this a table, and is this a boy or is a girl, and point the objects in the text, okay, in the book. Ask students to make a prediction of the story. What do you think is this story about? And they are going to start thinking, to start looking at the images and to start predicting the story. Access concepts, images, and vocabulary in the reader's memories that are related to the story. Scan through the text and examine any illustrations. Ask students to close their books and present the new vocabulary by flashcards or a graphic organizer. Then, reading activities. Read the title of the story aloud. Yes, and then look at the illustrations. Each group member reads a select portion of the text. Elicit from the children what happens at the beginning, at the middle, and the end of the story. Play the track or read the story again and ask the children to point to parts of the face and body in their books as they are naming the story. And post-reading activities, discussing the favorite parts of the elements of the story. Ask the students to identify the pictures and ask questions like, who's this, what's this, what color is the hair, what color are the eyes? Ask students to think in a different ending from the story, and then ask the students to draw a picture about the story and some pictures about the new vocabulary. It is important to see what are they drawing, because you're going to check if the reading comprehensions it's right. Okay, thanks for everything. See you in the next video. These are the references. Thank you so much.